Scorpio. Next up is Scorpio. Greetings, Scorpio. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading for October 13th to the 20th. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Calling in Holy Spirit to ask Holy Spirit to join us for this reading for you, Scorpio. Holy Spirit, we ask you to show up for this reading for Scorpio, and let this reading be easy to understand, clear, full of whatever information and energy that you have, well, Scorpio received. See what Scorpio, oh, look at that, where'd it go? Oh, I just saw a card flip and then reflip, that's crazy. All right, Scorpio, that's some energy. Cards are already sticking together. Give Scorpio this clear, wonderful reading that can help them to be guided. The 13th. Whoa, whoa. All right, we'll stop there. Thank you, Scorpio. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Definitely is some interesting collective conscious energies that are flowing through all the signs as I'm reading this. I've taken a sabbatical for a little while and wasn't reading for some time, and I got the call from Spirit that it's time to start reading again. And this is really interesting to come back, and I had to actually just dive in, come back, and start reading. And I'm watching as the cards are speaking to what is going on collectively, as well as there's themes that are carried out throughout the signs. One theme that is being carried out throughout the signs is that choices need to be made. So going right in, Scorpio, this week of the 13th, there's some choices that you need to make, and no matter what, you have to make the choices. Not making a choice doesn't get you. Take my glasses off, see if I can do this without glasses. Sorry. Not making choices gets you nowhere fast. You need to make the choices. You need to, because not making a choice is a choice nevertheless. What's happening is that you're allowing whatever outcome to come out as opposed to you making the choice. So when you say I'm not going to do anything, that's a choice. That's a choice not to do anything. You do. It's not unless you fully surrender. Which this is when this card comes up. This is about you making a choice, because God is saying you can surrender into choosing. That's the only choice that you can make, to surrender into choosing. So this week is time for you to make a choice. It's time for you to step forward. The death card has showed up, so that means that there's some death and rebirth going on for you in this time. And the reason why I pulled those cards is because these are the common themes of letting go in order for good things to come in, and seeing that when something ends, something new can begin. So death and rebirth has shown up as well. Also, a reoccurring theme is resting. So rest in the nests of your heart. Rest in your heart. Rest in the knowing that you know what is good for you, Scorpio. That you have a divine understanding of what it is that you need, and that you are okay with letting go of something so that it can be reborn. But you got to make decisions and choices in order to do that. Also, I want to tell you this, Scorpio, you got to take the help when help is offered. When good, 100% loving, gentle help is being offered, take the charity, take the help. Don't look at it as somebody is seeing you as needy or less than. Look at it as somebody wants to invest in you and invest in what you have to give. You have to stop listening to the voices. Eight of Swords has shown up. Listen to the net. You have to stop listening to the negative voices in your head that are telling you that either everybody's out to get you or nobody's really on your side, or the negative voices that are saying that you're no good, that uh, you are less than, or you're not accomplished. You got to stop listening to those voices. As you can see in this card, she's looking in the mirror. In the mirror, she's tied up. She can't see. She can't make any choices or decision. The crows are pecking at her mind. These are the crows in this deck for me represent negative thoughts. But if you look at her looking in the mirror, she's perfectly fine. She's beautiful. Her eyes are open, and she's not tied up. She's not in bondage. So you have to start knowing that the ideas, the stories in your head are not true, Scorpio. Five of Pentacles. You are not left out by yourself in the cold. You are not alone. You are not in despair. That story is not a true story. Again, Eight of Swords. That's not a true story. The devil shows up to tell you that the devil can use you as a puppet, and the devil is really being enslaved to the ideas in the mind or by the ego. That is what this, when this card shows up for me, is about the ego at making up a mind story that you are believing about yourself, Eight of Swords, that is causing you despair. Five of Pentacles. That is causing you despair, causing you to feel sad. You gotta let that go, because you, Nine of Pentacles, have all the things that you could possibly need to create the life of your dreams, Scorpio. You have everything that you could possibly need. And you are King of Swords. You have the wisdom, you have the power, you have the awareness, you have the mindset, you have the ability to discern, you have the ability to remember. And this card, the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords, there is an owl, which is wisdom. There is a bat, which is discernment in the face of darkness, to discern in darkness. The crow, which is to remember, to having this ability to remember and to go back into the historical Akashic records memory. And then also it has the dragonfly, which is transformation. So when the King of Swords in this deck shows up, it's about knowing that you have all these things that you can tap into, Scorpio, to make the life the one that you would love to have, that you've been dreaming of. Ten of Pentacles. It shows up in your reading that you could have the life that you wish to dream of. But you just got to make sure that you're not listening to the stories, Eight of Swords, and that you're not feeling sorry for yourself or feeling less than Five of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, let's see what's going on at the bottom of the deck and see what we got for you. Well, if you can let those things go, baby, you can't get better than this reading. Victory is yours, okay? This is letting me know, too, that the victory is an internal victory, because in this deck, she's on stage and there's these little ghostly hands that are clapping for her. This is an internal victory. This is a mental victory for you, Scorpio. If you can let go of the idea that the ego is telling you stories. Sorry, the ego is telling you stories that are just not true.